Hello everybody, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. Well, the question we hear more and more these days is whether we should use a federal or provincial immigration to immigrate to Canada. And that's kind of an odd question, and I will tell you why later on. But all in all, let me just try to answer it step by step, so maybe it will bring some clarity to those of you who are planning to immigrate to Canada. Well, first and foremost, what I'm telling to most of my clients when we're looking at their profile and they're telling me like, look, I want to live in Ontario, or I want to live in Vancouver, or I want to live somewhere in Yukon. Well, guys, first of all, I do not really care where you're trying to live. I'm not trying to be mean, but here is the following way. Like, if you're looking to live in one place but you're immigrating to another one, there's nothing wrong with this. First of all, of course, right, you can settle and maybe settle successfully, and maybe you will change your mind in the province of your destination if there was a selection, say, from Manitoba. Now, second of all, if you're not happy with the province after your arrival, nobody will stop you if you leave. So if you have commitments for New Brunswick to stay and live there for about 3 years, these commitments has absolutely nothing to do with the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which says that you are able to settle and live anywhere you want in Canada as a permanent resident. So in other words, regardless of what you promised to the province before you arrive, you will be able to leave if you're not happy upon arrival, right? So if you have a dream to live in Ontario, if you're coming to New Brunswick with New Brunswick support, if you're not happy with New Brunswick, if you haven't found yourself a job, if your family is not happy, that is absolutely right to pack your stuff and go. We spoke about it in previous videos. Of course, we recommend staying in the province for a few months. If you want to consult what to do before leaving, feel free to drop us a line. We'll be able to discuss it in more details, how to do this and how to strategize that. But based on my clients' experience, about 60% of them are actually staying in provinces even if they had the other plans in the beginning. Now, speaking about federal and provincial immigration, so typically when we speak about federal immigration, most of people somehow say, well, it's all about express entry. Yes and no, because express entry incorporates several federal programs. Lots of provincial programs are working with this, right? So when it comes to immigration, you're immigrating with the provincial support or without a provincial support. So you have created a profile in express entry system, and maybe you got enough score, which is almost unreal with the current high cutoff, sorry. But if you actually have that score, well, welcome on board. That's absolutely all right. You will be able to immigrate without thinking about other provinces. If you do not, well, you have to look for provincial support. And when it comes to provincial support, right, provinces may nominate you, which will give you additional points in express entry system, but you will not be able to immigrate to the province just with that provincial support. You will need federal government to process you and say their final word. And for those of you, it's a quick remark, who don't remember it yet, nomination from the province does not necessarily guarantee that the federal government would let you pass. If you want to know more, feel free to drop us a line and we'll see, and I will give you examples when it works both ways, good and bad one. Now, when it comes to immigration with the provinces, there is also another option when you skip express entry and you go on a paper route, which will take you way longer. But for those of you who do not have enough score to create a profile in express entry, you don't have any other option. For example, you're immigrating through Manitoba support, through Saskatchewan support, right, and you got IELTS something close to 5.5, so you're not able to create the profile in express entry, then yes, you will still be immigrating with the federal government processing after provincial nomination, but that will be on a paper. And last but not least, please do not forget that Atlantic Pilot and all of those pilots which are regulated by federal government, regardless of the fact that they regulate it in one place of Canada, in one part of Canada, specifically for Atlantic, it will be Atlantic provinces, right? It is still, right, the federal program, and federal government has a say in it, despite the fact that your employer is in Atlantic. So when it comes to immigration, whether you are choosing federal and provincial programs, for most of you, it will be both, right? You're either immigrating through express entry directly, good for you, but that's the lowest percentage of people coming to us asking questions. Most of you are immigrating with provincial support, but still through the federal program, right? Still through the federal pathway, still with the approval of federal government. So it's all together working in very close conjunction. Need to figure out what is working better for you? Send us an email. We'll set up the consultation, talk, and hopefully we'll all be able to help you. Stay tuned with us, and of course subscribe for the channel.